Hey guys, it's Darylise. I think this talk is long overdue. I've experienced death a few times in my life, and each one has been a very unique experience depending on the person and the relationship I've had with the person. And death in general is just very sad and depressing. I've been grieving. I feel myself getting emotional. I've been grieving a very good friend of mine for about a year now, and in this year has been the longest, yet fastest, yet most life-altering thing that I've ever experienced. I don't. It's hard to process the fact that someone can be here 1 second and then another second they're not. Throughout my grieving, I remember the first few months were the hardest because it was a lot of me just confused and angry, and I struggled a lot with my beliefs and every single thing that I thought was how the world worked. I was like, that's bull. All of that is a false, it's a lie. I just thought everything was super unfair. I was like, it does not make any sense because people just deserve better. You know what I mean? Whatever. So a lot of me was just like, God is not real. If he was real, this wouldn't have happened. If he is real, this is crazy. I struggled a lot with that. And then I found myself usually when I would reach out and prayer and stuff, I'd find myself reaching out to my friend that had passed on. And that was kind of an even more confusing thing because it's like, am I talking to God? Is he hearing me, or am I talking to this person? Is this person still here looking out for me? Where are they? Crazy. Something that I also experienced throughout this year was in the beginning of the months, was a lot of memory hoarding. Anything that I could find, I'd hold on to for dear life because I was like, I need something to show proof that this person was real. Grief is a lot of mind games, and it's definitely just this roller coaster of emotions that it's honestly never gonna end. Again, the first months were hard, and I remember people would tell me hey, maybe it's time to move on, it's time for you to kind of let it go, and that would kind of piss me off. Eventually it's not that you're letting go, it's just that kind of life continues to move on. And I remember how I used to feel in the beginning of it all, kind of just slowly started to, you kind of grow with your grief. And I have times where it still hits me and it's okay, I still don't think I'm okay, I think that I still need time to heal, I need to take a step back. Some days you're still gonna feel like that, but it gets easier. I promise you it gets easier. 1 second. Sometimes I get this with the whole getting easier process, sometimes I get these feelings of guilt in a way of I was journaling and I wrote something I want to keep you in every part of my life because you deserve it, but I also deserve rest. It was something like that, something along those lines. He deserves all my love and all my attention. He deserves, his memory to live on through me every single day, but sometimes I kind of just need to take a step back and be you know what, let me breathe, let me enjoy my life, because that's what he would have wanted for me. You know what I mean? Oh my god, I'm crying on camera. Honestly, this was long overdue. I think it's about time I cry, but I think that this is important, and this is me being super vulnerable on camera because I've never felt comfortable expressing my grief, and I've honestly never felt comfortable talking about it. I can have points of time where I open up to people, but it's very hard for me to feel I'm being understood, or that I don't know, it's weird. This year kind of just went I took it day by day, and me trying to understand everything, I went a lot to substances to kind of help me cope. And even though it wasn't the healthiest ways to go about things, I do think that I needed that. I just needed to go through that. That was just it. I feel it was just a part of the process, and also surrounding myself with people that had love for the person also just made things a lot easier. Talking about it and kind of just sharing memories and sharing stories kept him alive for me, and I know it also helped with the other people, and I think it's important to just have that community. I read somewhere that grief is just this love, this unexpressed love that you can't share for that person, and I think that's a beautiful way of seeing it, because when you're grieving, it's like I have all this love for you and it has nowhere to go, so I'm kind of just like overwhelmed with these feelings, you know? Yeah. Later on, I'm gonna go light like a little candle at this like little park that me and my friend used to go to a lot, and I'm gonna light some fireworks for him because I know he really loved fireworks. He went crazy over them. The year mark is coming up soon, and you know, a lot of old emotions are coming up, a lot of like uncomfortableness, a lot of wow, like so much time has passed. So I'm still learning how to navigate through my grief even after all this time, you know. But again, like, it has gotten easier, and if you're watching this and you're struggling right now, like it's too hard, like just hang in there. Hang in there. It's you know, I remember when I was going through it, I used to reach out like online, and I used to like search up like me grieving, my friend died, like, you know, things like that, just to kind of have like another community that like understands what I'm going through, someone else to kind of put the things that I'm feeling into perspective, because at the time I didn't understand what was going on. I couldn't, like, you know, even now I think about it sometimes and it doesn't make sense. Like, I think it's just a shitty part of life that we kind of have to accept. And even now, I'm still very confused on my beliefs and on what happens after death, and is God real, and what is something that I can tell you is I feel the present sometimes. Like, I don't know if I sound crazy, but there are times where I've kind of needed that hand to hold, and even though he wasn't here, I feel like I've had that experience of I feel you right next to me. Some things just cannot be coincidental. It's like, this is happening, like, no way, like you are like underneath this scheme right here. But it's nice to think that he's, you know, like, the people that we've lost are still watching over us and protecting us, and that they can still see us grow and experience life, you know, that they're still right by us. If you're going through grief, I'm sending you nothing but love and healing, and this is gonna be a forever thing, you know, like, things like this don't just go away. But the best thing I can tell you is just go through it. You have to feel everything out, do the things that help you in the moment, and take it day by day. You know, time is gonna fly by like I did it, you can do it. The people who loved my friend did it, you can do it. It's okay, and we'll get through it together. Oh. But yeah, that's life. I know that death is like inescapable. I know that in the future there's just gonna be more people that I lose. You know what I mean? This death hit me hard, and I feel like it has taught me to, you know, appreciate life a little bit more, and to live in the moment, and really just try to be content with everything, because you never know when it's just gonna be over. Life can be beautiful, life is beautiful, but you know, depression is very real, pain is very real. It's a part of the experience, and we just have to go through it. So with that being said, I think I've talked enough. If anything else comes up while I'm editing this video, or anything that I feel like could be useful, I'm gonna write it down in the comments. Thank you for watching, and it's a little bit different. This is me being vulnerable. I hope this kind of connects with someone, this resonates with someone. All right. Thank you guys. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hang in there.